Welcome, everybody, today to Drive Time Unscripted Lunch Edition.
If you haven't figured out that there's not a script for this show, I mean, wow.
Very much so. I'm Pastor Rod.
Pastor Jim.
And we are glad you tuned in today on your lunch break. As usual, we have a random pack of Did You Know facts and a brain teaser for your lunch break.
We're going to unload, unpack, drop some content.
We have no clue what our subject is. We never know until
We're going to all find out at the same time with you.
Yes, absolutely. Okay, let's start with our brain teaser for today. What word begins and ends with an E but only has one letter?
Eve. Well, that's two letters.
Okay, is it letter as in like envelope?
Well, it
Envelope.
begins and
It's
ends
the
with an
word
E,
envelope.
but only has...
One letter.
Oh, my goodness.
I bet that's it. May I remind you...
Talk about a couple blind squirrels tripping over their feet and face planting an acorn. Good night.
Our answer isn't a sealed envelope.
We have no clue.
We truly have no idea what our answer is. Our guess is the word envelope.
Oh, it's his guess. I can't take credit for that level of intellect.
Okay, so what is our subject for today? 100 fun facts about lobsters.
I can promise we're not going to get through all 100 of them.
Yeah.
Lobsters are amazing.
Lobster is awesome. When we were on our honeymoon, my wife and I were on a cruise in Alaska, and
Magical.
you sit down in one of those restaurants, no prices on the menu. This is my first cruise ever to be on. Had an awesome lobster and steak. It was so good. So
Surf and turf.
We're sitting there waiting for the bill to come, waiting. We're seeing other people are eating their meals, getting up and leaving, and they're not paying. And then it dawned on us.
All inclusive.
It's all inclusive.
Oh, garçon.
That's exactly what I did. I ordered another lobster tail.
That is awesome.
It was awesome. Lobster is amazing.
Now, I did know this. Lobsters were considered the poor man's chicken. In colonial times, it was fed to pigs and goats and only eaten by paupers. Isn't that crazy?
Now it's kind of switched.
It's totally the other way around.
Yes. Okay, lobsters aren't red. They turn red when cooked. Yep.
They're like, it depends upon, they can be almost from a yellowish, tannish, grayish, because they blend into like kind of the rocks and coral.
I think the ones that have the blue on them, those are pretty cool.
Those ones are pretty cool.
The little.
And I know you and I have been diving for the Florida spiny lobsters.
I have never caught one though, and
I've dived for them. I didn't say anything about catching them.
Yes, that's very true. In Maine, a lobster's body must be at least 3¼ inches to keep and can't be over 5 inches.
I know, all the goofy slots.
Yes.
They can swim forward and backwards. Yeah, and I've seen them because, like, I've went for a spiny lobster that was under a big rock, and I could tell how big it was because it had, like, the two giant spines dangling out from this rock.
Right.
And I didn't think there was a hole in the back of it. I didn't see anything because normally you're not supposed to grab the spines and try pulling out because they'll just shoot right out of your hands.
Totally.
And shoot out the back way. So I'm like, well, there's no back way. I'm going to wrestle this little feller out. And the spines were massive.
Wow.
Had it. I'm trying to like pull it out, and all of a sudden, boom! And then there was. It must have been like hiding under the weeds or whatever. And all of a sudden,
an escape
gone.
This is interesting. Maine lobsters and Caribbean lobsters are different. Maine lobsters are clawed lobsters and have large, meaty claws.
Yep.
But spiny Caribbean lobsters have no claws and are sold mainly for their tails.
And that's when we say spiny lobsters. Those are the Caribbean, the Floridian
that's
are
what we have here.
The spiny ones.
Huh. Even full-grown lobsters can fall prey to codfish and the occasional octopus.
We'll rip one of them babies up. Wow.
Yes.
I mean, I know you can use the blue crab as bait. I couldn't use a lobster as.
No.
That's only going one place, in my belly. They can be up to 4 feet long and weigh as much as 40 pounds. I've seen some big, massive spiny lobsters, like 3 feet long. Just insane. That would be amazing.
Oh, this is a good one. Number 49. It's a myth that lobsters scream when you put them in hot water. They have no lungs and no vocal cords.
Yes, and lobsters have, now the clawed like Maine lobsters, they have a crusher claw and a pincer claw. Some lobsters have the crusher claw on the right side, others have it on the left.
Interesting. Okay, I didn't know this. New fishermen sometimes have to wait for someone else to retire before they can get their own commercial lobster license.
I would believe it.
Yeah. Otherwise, you have too many people fishing it, and then lobster goes away. Interesting. Lobster is awesome. Let's get back to our brain teaser before we end for the day. What word begins and ends with an E but only has one letter? Our guess is that it's an envelope.
Oh, thank you.
Are we right?
Envelope.
Yes! All right. Wow, awesome. Well, thanks so much for tuning in today to Drive Time Unscripted Lunch Edition. Catch our full shows every Friday at 4:30 right
Eastern.
here on True Hope Media, and we will catch you next time.
Later.